Morning everyone. Well, that was an interrupted night's sleep with all of those text messages coming in. And we've started the day in not the ideal scenario for doing contracts. We picked up 2 fertilising contracts and a baling contract, none of which we can really do in the rain. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but we'll just have to wait and see, I think. Oh. Cultivating contract. I don't have a cultivator. I know there's one at the dealership, though, we could pick up. I wonder if we just run down there now and just see if it's still there. So I've actually been thinking, and my rationale for this, I think, is pretty solid. I need to consolidate some of my vehicles. There's stuff sitting there that we're not using. We certainly don't need 2 grain trailers. Based on the size of the fields, I think we're only ever going to need 1. So I could get rid of one of the grain trailers. Also, I've got a huge slurry tanker there, which is just sitting, and again, I can't see me using that. We've got the fertiliser, we've got the sprayer. We haven't got a solid spreader, but I can see most of our fertilising contracts being done with a sprayer. So, again, I think that could well be sold, and that's quite a pricey piece of kit to be sitting there as well. So, we'll have a chat about what we can make from those pieces of kit, and also have a look at picking up some sort of new cultivator which expands the amount of jobs that we can do as well, particularly as well as we're still looking for that seeder and planter combo for the springtime. So let's see. Right, we looked at the cultivators, nothing really going, but they do have some quite nice power harrows in. This Alpego DF400 needs 120 horsepower, it's 4 metres wide. Or the DF500 at 5 metres wide, that needs 180 horsepower to run. Both of my tractors are 180 horsepower, so I think I'm pushing the limits on horsepower with those. Plus, the size of the fields here, I'm just going to get that, and I'll tell you why now. So let's buy that. We're just about to part with 18,000 of our hard-earned cash, but I think I'm going to make that back and some. So there we go, there's our 2 grain trailers. I'm going to sell both of these. One is worth just that little bit more, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So farewell to you, that's 12,000 of our 18,000 back already. And the other big thing is the slurry spreader. There it is, the high spec, £28,500 worth of equipment just sitting there in the yard doing nothing. And like I said, I can't really see me using it that often. So, I think we sell that and see how we get on. But that gives us just a little bit more money in the bank. So there we go, 18,000 in new vehicles, 40,000 in sold vehicles. That's great. That really gives us something to work with. Gives us more scope for flexibility in the contracts we're doing as well. And yeah, it means we can do a cultivating contract in the rain while we wait for it to die off before we jump in and get those baling and fertilising contracts done. So let's run back to the yard, grab a tractor, we'll come back here, pick up the cultivator, and we will head straight that cultivating contract straight away. This rain isn't so heavy that I don't think it'll stop us doing the cultivating contract. Hopefully it's not going to last too long. Looking at the forecast up there in the top corner, it looks like it's going to clear to cloudy weather later on. So, we'll see you back at the yard. Here we are, back at the yard. This probably gives us enough money to get our caravan purchased as well, doesn't it? And down to the yard. That would be great. That pub, much as it's nice, and the fried breakfasts are awesome, costing me a fortune. Right, which vehicle? Let's take the Fiat. That's got, it feels like it's got a little bit more grunt than the TW. Same horsepower, but it just feels like it's got a little bit more in the tank. So an ideal tractor for cultivating. Off to the store we go. So this cultivator contract actually is in the wheat field that we cut for Adrienne yesterday. She's come back again with another contract. She's obviously a big fan now. Seems to be using us for everything, which is fantastic. So we'll get this done quickly for her. She's lucky she skipped the queue. It was the last one that came in. But because of the weather, it's probably the first one to do. So let's grab that cultivator and we'll head over to hers. Well, there it is. Look at that. That is a serious piece of kit. I am liking the look of that big time. That is going to do a great job for us. This rain is not stopping though. Anyway, I think we push on and we give it a go. Hopefully we can get it done. We'll make a judgment call when we get there. I trust this Fiat a lot though. It will go in any conditions. Let's get it hooked up. Let's head over to field 92. Past home farm again. I do like that farm. It's a lovely farm. Right, here we are. Just coming around this corner again. There's the field. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Now, 4 metre cultivator into a narrow gate. How's this going to work? We might have to be clever with this. I don't know what I was worried about. Look at that. Like a glove. There we go. Right. I think there's nothing more to do than just get stuck straight into this. Let's power it up. Lower it down. See what the results look like. Very nice. Okay. We will see you on the other side. We're making good progress here, getting through this quite quickly. I am loving this machine. It is, it's got a kind of self-leveling thing on it as well, so it's it just kind of adjusts to the terrain as you run over it, which I really like. It's doing a fantastic job. Adrian's going to be very happy, I think, with this. Who knows, we might even get the seeding contract. If we can get a seeder in time for spring, who knows, she might give us the seeding contract for this. It's the second contract on this field, so that's exciting. In other news, stopped raining too. So while we're working on this field, hopefully the wind is drying the grass so we can mow it later. And of course we can get into those fertilising contracts as soon as we're done here. So things are looking up. It's going to be a busy day, but I think it's going to be a good one. Well, there we go. All done and dusted. That didn't take long at all. I think we just collect that contract, don't we? And there it is. Another 3,500 in the bank. Thank you very much indeed. Right. Next one up, we have got field 123 and 116. So they are the fertiliser contracts. We need to go and buy some liquid fertiliser from the stores. So we'll hook up. We will hook up the VW to the tanker we've got. And we'll probably put the sprayer. In fact, do we put the sprayer on this or do we take the TW for a spin? Let's take the TW for a spin. It's going to look kind of funny, that little tiny sprayer on the TW, but we'll give it a go. That's the kind of job we would like to keep the Renault for, actually. When it's not high horsepower jobs. and it can do little running around jobs like that, so we'll do that. Now the silage contract we've got is another wrapping one. Again, that wrapper we've got is a bit slow, and ideally I would like a baler that would bale and wrap at the same time, so again, that's on the shopping list for the future, but for now we'll just have to make do with what we've got. Interestingly, that run is a little bit shorter, I think, and I've just realised that I can fold this up. I just assumed that you couldn't, but look at that, that's going to make it a lot easier getting through gates, isn't it? Nothing like knowing your equipment you've just bought, right? There we go. Right, now I think these spraying contracts are relatively close by. They're not as far away as that cultivating one, so let's get this parked somewhere, and then we'll go and get the fertilizer from the store. And there we go. Jump in to the TW, which was nice and clean because we washed it last time. Right, let's get a sprayer on and have a little giggle about how silly it looks. Hey, I don't care if it does the job, right? It's just around here. And then we'll run this up to the field, park it up, and go and do the other stuff. Just realised as well, we've got that to sell. That makes a bit more money because we've replaced it. Yeah, we'll maybe check how much that's worth when we go down as well. The Gaveel balers are very nice, actually. That's probably what I would like to buy if I could upgrade. So we'll keep that on the shopping list. There we go. Doesn't look as silly as I thought. Although volume-wise it doesn't take much. We could be filling this up quite a bit. Right, let's just get our bearings on the map and then we'll head over there. So they are literally round the corner. We're here now. 116 and 123. That's great. So, and there's our baling contract as well on 64. So they're all relatively close, which is nice. I tell you what, feels like an efficient day's contracting this as well. What is it? It's nearly 11 AM. We've already done a cultivating contract. I think we could get through all of these in the day. I know the baling ones take a little bit of time. But if we can get started on those around about lunchtime, I'm confident that we could get everything done in one day. Wouldn't that be great? Right, here we are. Very thin field, and this is... I don't know how wide the sprayer is when it's fully open, but I think it's not going to take us any time at all to get these done. How exciting. Nice big open field as well, I like that. Literally could be 2 passes, and I'm not joking. So, there we go. Is this cultivated or seeded? It looks like it's already been seeded. He has, he's got linseed in here growing already. Interesting. Right, I phoned ahead. We've purchased 3 IBCs of liquid fertiliser, so we'll transfer them into this tank. They should be sitting waiting for us. Of course I've had to drive all the way across the map to pick these up. Never easy. Nothing's close by. We should probably look at some sort of deliveries in the future if we can. I wonder if that's a service they offer. But for now, let's just roll around here. Get these filled up, of course. We'll let the forklift go first. Right, let's reverse up. Let's get close. See if we can fill this up. There we go. Should get all 3 of these in here. Now, these have cost me £3,200 each. So we've just parted with nearly £9,000. Now, over time, we'll get that back. But it was a bit of an investment. So again, kind of glad that I'd sold that stuff. It just gives us a bit more of a float in the bank. There we go. Good stuff. Right. Just less than full when we're done here. But definitely more than enough, hopefully, for those 2 fields. 99%, look at that. Perfect. Right, let's head over, find the tractor, and let's get through these super quick. Right, here we are, just here, I think. Yep. See if we can get in here without too much hassles. I can't see it being a problem with this. Look at that, loads of space. There we go, 400 litres in. It's not a big tank at all, is it? This is probably an upgrade sooner rather than later as well. We had to turn the tank round as well because the fill point is on this side. So, now let's see. Let's get this unfolded, see how many passes we need. Okay, it's not that big. It's going to be more than a couple of passes, but that's okay. We can do that. Let's just see how long this fertiliser lasts as well. Could be a lot of trips back to the tanker. 98% down already, so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I was a bit too worried. I think we'll maybe certainly get to the top of the field and back, if not a little bit more. We'll know when we get to the turn. If we're on more than 50% of the turn, we'll be in a good spot, and actually, looking at this, I think we'll be fine. Right, we'll zip through this as quickly as we can. There we go, we're coming to the end of the first loop and we've still got 43% left in the tank, so that includes doing a headland at the top as well. So if we fill up here when we get to the bottom, I think we should close off this entire field with just one more load, which is good. So we maybe did buy way too much fertiliser, but I'm kind of hoping we have the ability to do a few more of these contracts over the next little while as well, so we shall recoup that, no question. Right, there we go, 34% left. Let's just turn it off there. Let's get it filled again, because there is probably maybe 3 passes, possibly 2 if we play it tight. Let's go. Yeah, it's just a little bit more than 2 passes up and down, I think, 'cause it slightly opens out at the end, the field. Would help if I actually got all of the field as well. Let's do a proper job at it. Right, there we go, we'll go again. Right, we'll quickly do this, and we'll be back. Right, here we go, tidying up the last little bits. I know the contract is finished, but if you want to do a good job, you don't want to leave it half done just because it's ticked the box from a contract complete perspective. You know, we're trying to build a business here and make more money and get a reputation for ourselves, and a good reputation at that. So, yeah, we should leave the field as we would expect if it was one of our own fields. So, worth doing this little bit, if nothing else, and it takes a few seconds longer. It doesn't really impact on our day. And I have to say, although they don't pay much, these spraying contracts, you can do them quickly. So actually, I wonder if cost per hour or so is actually pretty lucrative. But we've got another one, a couple of fields up. We'll go and do that now. Here's the next field. This one's got crop in it. Also looks like a slightly bigger field. Not massively bigger. But it's definitely on a par with the field we've just done. Now let's bring the tanker in, put it in this corner. Right, all full. Let's get this done. It's going to be a little bit harder to work out where we sprayed this time. But we'll just have to use our judgment, I think. And the mini-map if we need to. There we go, contract on field 1, 2, 3 is finished. Now I am going to just quickly jump into the map and make sure that we've hit everything, because it is quite hard to be able to see what you're spraying in here without GPS on, which again makes me think like I should probably invest in GPS for this tractor. It's expensive, it's £15,000, but it maybe will help us. And I'm looking down the bottom there, I can see my tram lines. First 3 were pretty good, but that I think I might be a little bit of a gap there on the 4th tram line. So let's have a look anyway. Okay, these are pretty narrow strips. That one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to run down that again just to do the right thing, but not bad. Quite pleased with that. But doing it blind, I'll take that. There we go, job done. That just sits well with my conscience that we've sprayed the field properly. Let's get things folded up. Oh, a little bit left in the tank, just 49 litres. But let's get ourselves back home now and on to the big baling contract. Right, while we're on our way back, I suppose we better phone Davey and just check that he wants to come and drive the baler for us.
Hello?
Davey! Hi, it's FSG here, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
I was just wondering if you wanted to drive the baler again for me. We've got a contract again. I could do with your help.
Really? No way. I honestly didn't think you'd ask me back after I broke your last tractor.
Davey, we talked about this. It could have happened to anybody. It's just unfortunate you were driving it. It wasn't your fault. So anyway, are you up for it?
Oh yeah, totally. Thank you. This is great. I'll be there as soon as I can. Thanks again.
Excellent. Well, I will see you soon. Oh, he seemed chirpy. What a shame. I thought I'd binned him forever after one little incident. Right, let's ditch this. We'll go and get the tanker and we'll grab the mower and get everything set up and we'll head over there. Right, there's the tank back. Roll this around the front. I think we'll put the mower on the Fiat this time. See, it runs on that tractor. We've not tried that before. Just so we know. Still need a decision on that case tractor and or repairing the Renault. I suppose the more money we make, the closer we get to being able to do both. Right, here we go. Field 64, here we come. Hopefully Davey's going to come down. He'll drive the windrower first. He's good at doing that as well. And maybe we'll drive the baler. We'll see how we get on. So the field is actually behind us over there. We need to take that entrance there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come at it from a different angle. Because I don't think we're going to get in there. Even with the gates opening a bit wider. The mower's going to be on the wrong side. We might have to be a bit creative here. Let's see how we get on. The joys of tight UK farms and lanes. I think we can do this though. There we go. I don't know what all the fuss was about. So as we roll around here, past that hedge, past this, and this is our field. It's a nice big field, this. Right, we're just going to get unfolded and push on with it straight away. Right, we're making really good progress here. We are mowing this grass super quickly. As Davey just arrived as well with the windrower, so he's going to jump in and start doing that. So yeah, things are going well. But I think our time has come for the end of this episode. So we will pick this back up at the start of the next episode, and we'll get this contract finished by then. One thing we need to do before we go though is collect our money for our 2 spraying contracts, just to close that off. There we go, 2,460 and 2,351, both of those collected. Happy days. Right, on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.